Joining us now on the MARR Rock Show, I want to welcome back Scotty Dunbar and Ted Merrill, who are two-thirds of Dunbar, Merrill and Karl. Guys, welcome back to the show.
What's going on? What's up? How are you? Thanks for having us again.
Hey, yeah, our pleasure, man. You guys are good friends and good friends of the show as well, man. And so for folks who don't know you guys yet, I mean, we've been friends for a while now, but do we want to tell people your band is from Baltimore, Boston, or New York?
We're from everywhere. Yeah.
So quickly, I mean, I know I've had you both on the show, but let people know just quickly who DMK is and where you all, the roots of the band, real quick for everybody.
Ted, you want to take this one? Well, I am the M, and I'm Ted Merrill, and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I've been playing guitar all around with everybody under the sun for the last 7 years of my life. Yeah, there you go, Ted. And I'm Scotty Dunbar. I'm a solo artist, and basically that's how I met Ted. Like I stated before, we were doing some shows together with this previous band, and Ted and I just hit it off, and soon enough we joined forces, and here we are. It's beautiful. And Brian Karl had left the band station, and he was a free agent, so we just all hooked up. We were all friends previous, so we just decided to make some music together. First was that, the Christmas single, and now it's the new EP 3.
So let's go right. It's a great segue right into 3, man. So congratulations on the release. I've been listening to the tunes, and I checked this morning, man. You guys are still in the top 25 on Amazon on the charts. So the album's doing pretty well on charts, isn't it?
Yeah, we're really happy about that. It went all the way to number 5, I think, on like the first day. So we were just, beyond happy about that. All the support from everyone is just fantastic.
Yeah. Now, the release here, you guys, did you record this yourself up in Massachusetts? Did you use a producer? Tell folks that may not know the story behind who worked on this.
We used a producer. His name's Kenny Lewis. I've worked with him on all my solo stuff. I was introduced to him from Michael Sweet, a striper, and Michael's actually worked with him on a couple of striper records, some solo stuff. Kenny's done a lot, stuff for VH1 and all that. So, we just, I like going into his studio. It's a really good atmosphere. So basically, Kenny was our engineer, and he mixed the record, and both Ted and I pretty much produced it.
So talking about Michael Sweet, man, the big connection with this week, you guys tell everybody about your big show on Thursday out in California and the connection with Michael Sweet and everything else you want to tell them about that show on Thursday.
We're playing L.A. We're playing the Whiskey. We're beyond excited. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. That's our first gig, with the 3 of us. Ted and I did, an acoustic benefit before, but this is, the first, DMK show. So we're very excited to be kicking things off, out of all places, the Whiskey, and we're using that as like the actual release party too. Because it'll be the first day that the CDs will be out and available. Everything else has been, the EP obviously is out digital, but the CD drops on the 2nd.
Now, you can't help but also name drop a little bit here. It's not too shabby that you're starting your first show with Mike Trance and Michael Sweet, man. How'd that work out?
Yeah. It worked out pretty natural. I mean, I've done, a lot of shows solo, with Michael, and I've also done a couple with Mike Tramp. So it just worked itself out.
So in listening to the album, man, it's so weird how that it took me a minute to put the pieces of the puzzle together to what I think the album, a lot of the spirit of it behind it is out, because Scotty, you have a documentary coming out that's about the station fire, which a lot of people may not know your connection to that. And then I sense there's a connection, obviously, with the title and the song. So can you just tell people a little bit of all the dots I'm trying to connect here?
Yeah, the song, The Fire That Won't Go Out, Ted
him and I have been talking. We kind of knew that this is what we want to do musically speaking.
Yeah.
Because when I had done a solo tour with Eric Modern from Mr. Big. Ted was my guitar player. And when we were on the road doing this acoustic tour with Eric, you know, Ted and I would go back and we'd be watching, you know, Megadeth, you know, DVDs and bootlegs, and we'd be watching Anthrax stuff, you know, the Big Four concerts, all that stuff. So it's like we definitely have that heavier side. So basically with the music, Ted did it, and he sent it to me via text, and I was like, whoa. I was like, good job, Ted. And so I wrote the lyrics, and what happened was the day before we go in the studio, Ted came up to Boston. Him and I just put the pieces together with the song. Brian came up the next day, put his parts in, and off to the studio we went. So in all reality, it was the easiest song I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, definitely. And it was, for me, it was definitely the most fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's, like, playing-wise, that's my playing right down to a T, you know. It's just, I get to go in and be myself completely, and, you know, I don't have a leash on me. I just get to let loose. So it was so refreshing to do something like that. I'm very happy with how it turned out. It sounds very good.
Now, Scotty, is the music going to be in the documentary that you're going to be appearing in as well?
Absolutely. Ted and I were actually just filming the documentary company of Plasma Films was here today, and they were filming the end piece. So, you know, Ted makes a cameo.
So, Ted, I got a question for you, man. I noticed you're still using the green guitar in all your Facebook pages. Are you still playing? Are you playing the ocean-looking one?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Actually, this whole, I don't want to say record, EP, was recorded entirely with the blue guitar, and all the live shows that are coming up, it's going to be switching off between the blue and the green guitar. So, yeah, that never leaves my side. It's here with me now, actually.
So tell me a little bit about maybe it's not a challenge. Is it a challenge or not being a three-piece, and you guys hitting the road as a three-piece? Is it easier, harder? What's the vibe there?
I mean, to me, it's more natural. Like, we wanted to do something that was a lot more, like, you know, raw and just, you know, plug in and play type of thing. So for me, it's easier. You know, I get to completely just be myself. I don't have to worry about, you know, interweaving with another player, which is awesome when that hits off, but when it doesn't, it's, you know, it can always sound pretty bad. So for this, you know, it's just natural. And, you know, I'm allowed to breathe as a player with this, so I really dig it.
As far as, like, you know, what happened was it was the three of us, and we didn't have a bass player. And it just became the three of us. We do have somebody, you know, a couple of people that are in mind that will be, when we go out in June and July and August, we'll have the bass player, you know, doing the live shows. But as far as, like, the band, it'll always just be me, Ted, and Brian, you know.
People see you guys play live. The album that came out, the 3-song EP, filling out the rest of the set. Are they gonna, if they see you live, will they get a sneak peek of some other songs you have? Or are you gonna fill that in with some cover tunes? What's that gonna look like?
Probably a little bit both.
Yeah, during the summer, like, we have a lot of stuff that, you know, we've, you know, signed on to that, you know, in the next couple weeks, people, you know, will be able to let that out of the bag. But in the meantime, we've balanced it off with, you know, some of my solo material and, you know, a cover or two.
So, hey man, last thing I want to add to you guys coming from all over the place. So, who's got the coolest accent in the band, man? Because we got a New York guy, a Boston guy, and Ted, I'm not sure what your accent is. So who's got the coolest accent in the band?
It's like Southern and obnoxious, so it works out really well.
I would say, I don't know, I would say Brian, maybe.
Yeah.
Brian's definitely got the Long Island accent, so.
Hey, Dunbar, Merrill and Karl, this is Scotty and Ted, and their opening show is Thursday at the Whiskey A Go-Go. So if you're listening to me out in L.A., man, get out there to see that show, and they're going to be there with Mike Tramp and with Michael Sweet, and the album is called Free. Guys, man, thank you so much for being on the show again. You've been great friends to MARR and good friends of the MARR Me Rock Show.
Oh, anytime, man. We love coming on. We love, doing things for you guys. You're always, at least when I was in Mach 22, you guys are always there in the crowd, rocking out, and, that's just showing support like that is what it's all about. So we thank you to death.
Yeah, thank you for all your support. Can't thank you enough.
It's been our pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you guys when you're back this way again. Be safe traveling out to California, guys, and we'll be looking forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time.